Hi there, awesome teachers in Milpitas Unified. This is Dave Wilson, and just going back and forth a little bit with Greg Barnes this morning. He asked if I could provide a couple of things, and so what I wanted to do is create just a quick video walkthrough of our online tool, um, and so hopefully this helps a little bit. I don't know how many of you are already familiar with the online tool, or if you're not, this hopefully will be really helpful. And if you already are a little familiar, maybe I can show you some things that you may not know. So I've logged into studiesweekly.com. I'm assuming you all have your own login. If you don't, please respond to my email and let me know, and we'll make sure that your login is working. But for the pilot purposes, I'm not sure exactly what publications you'll see. You'll probably just see the K through 6 social studies. I'm logged into a demo account, so I can actually see our science and also some of the Spanish as well. The orange is in Spanish. So if you do need some access, at least during the pilot, to take a look at any of the other publications, also send me an email. Just let me know, and we can make sure that that gets turned on for you during the pilot. So when you log in, and I'll just jump around to a couple of different grades. Maybe I'll start here with first grade. But when you log in, you'll click on the grade that you want to access. And you'll notice here that there's going to be several different weekly units. There's 36 to be exact. Every week has a little bit of a title headline about what's going to be covered in that weekly unit. And if you need to teach these in a different order than what you see here, for example, if you wanted to have I am responsible in this position, you just kind of drag this 4-prong arrow, move that up, and then it kind of moves it around there. And you can do that with any of the weekly units. You can just move them around. In whatever order you put that in, that's the order that the students will see it in when they log in. Also, if you want to view a much more in-depth view of the standards that are going to be covered in Studies Weekly, come down here to what's called your standards correlations. Click on that view button there, and it's going to open this up. You'll see not only a headline or a title of what's going to be covered in that week, but a little bit more of a summary. Students will learn about the American and California flags, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the history of Labor Day, et cetera, et cetera. And then you can actually click on these links. Those are the standards. So you click on the standard, it tells you what the standard is, and that it's also covered in those additional weekly units. And you've got all the different standards, the ELA standards, the ELD standards, the analysis skills, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to come up here and let's go into, where did my week 4 go? Oh, it came all the way down here. So I'm going to click into week 4 under I am responsible. And you'll notice that this is actually going to mirror exactly what's in the newspaper version. So if they are in week 4 of first grade Studies Weekly, this article is going to be identical to what they're seeing in the paper version. But on the online tool, you can do a lot more. Number one, what I like is you can click on the picture. And if you click on the picture, it brings it up to the foreground here, and it kind of grays everything out in the back. And I like this because it gives you and the students the opportunity to do a little bit of a picture walk, ask questions about what they're looking at. And then if you want them to listen to the article, you just click the play button.
There are many ways to be responsible. You can keep your promises. You can admit when you do something wrong.
So hopefully you noticed that that is a human voice. We've actually paid actors that have come in and they've read every single one of our articles. And so the students click a play button, they listen to the article read to them in a human voice, and it highlights every word as it's being read, as you can see that there.
At school, you can listen.
And you can start it over and over, however many times you need to. We're adding a feature. It's not here now, but we're adding 2 features. Number one, if you use Google Classroom in your district, we are going to be adding a Google Classroom icon right here. I believe it'll be right here, and there'll be several places where you can actually click on it and actually assign this out to your Google Classroom and share it with your Google Classroom. So that's coming. The other thing we're adding a feature to speed up and slow down the reader, because we know that there are all different types of readers out there. Some are excellent readers, and some are struggling, have a little bit of a difficult time. And so we're adding ways to speed up and slow down that reader. You'll also notice below every article, there's these questions that they can answer. These little formative leveled questions. There, you've got an easy, medium, and a hard, and they can earn coins. And there's actually a couple of games that they can go in and spend their coins as they're earning them. Now, each question you can earn 10 coins. If they answer incorrectly, the value of that coin goes down to 5. And then it goes down to 3, and then it goes down to 1. So they really want to make sure that they read this article before they come down and start answering the questions. You'll also notice, this is why I love the online tool so much, but a lot of the articles, especially the first one, are going to have this little intro video, and they're going to have additional bonus sources. So for example, if I click on the intro video, I've got a great little video. It's only a minute long or so.
Have you ever wanted to help another person who needed it? What would you say if your family had to live on a single dollar a day? That's what life is like for many people across the world. Almost 20 years ago.
So that's a great little video. Or you can click in here into bonus sources. And there's that same video right there. But I've also got just additional images. Here's an image talking about family rules, or kids in a computer lab, cleaning up a beach, for example. And then I can just click here and go back to the articles. And then when I want to go to the next one, I can either skip around here, or I can just simply click next, and then it goes right to the next article. Again, you can click on the picture, do a little bit of a picture walk with the kids, click play.
Do you know the golden rule?
And this is going to have additional bonus sources that are just related to the golden rule. So click here, go back to the articles. Now, when I scroll down actually, before I scroll down, one thing I want to point out is that you can highlight and annotate right on the screen. Just drag your finger if it's a touch screen, or your mouse, and it brings up a little color palette, and you can actually come in here and leave a note. And that's saved for their account forever, unless they actually went in and deleted it. You would be able to click on this highlights tab right here, and you'd be able to see the names of the students right here. This is a demo account, so I don't have anything, but you'd be able to see the names of the students who have gone in here, what they highlighted, and if they did leave any annotations, for example. And then when you come down here to the bottom, I've got access. There are my unit standards if I really want to get a good look into the standards. Here's my lesson plan. Now, we do provide the thick teacher supplement, and it will have the lesson plan, but you can always access the lesson plan, the worksheets, the assessments, the answer key, everything. You can access that all online. So here's my lesson plan. It's telling me what my standards are. Here's a summary for this week's lesson. Students will describe the characteristics of responsible citizenship. They will explain how decisions can be made. They will also learn about the golden rule. Here's my focus question that you can write up on the board. Who makes the rules? And then you've got some different literature links. Now, we shouldn't call these literature links because they're not actually a link you can click on, but you can actually copy and paste this. For example, I've got The Monkey and the Crocodile, or La Mariposa by Francisco Jimenez. So what you can do, you can actually just copy and paste this. And a really good website is just go to books.google.com. This is Google Books. Google Books actually is by Google. It looks a lot like Google, but the difference is rather than searching across the entire Google database, it's only searching across book databases. So I'm going to go ahead, and again, that's books.google.com, and just do a search on The Monkey and the Crocodile right there. There's my book. I'm going to click on it. And a lot of the books have a little bit of a sample. This one didn't have a sample for it. So let me find one that actually does have a little bit of a sample. Let's try Do Unto. See, I'm Responsible. I don't know if that one will. I want to find one that has a sample, because you can see. Okay, this one has a sample. So it tells you if you want to purchase the ebook right there, but I've got like a little sample, and I've got some preview. And a lot of these will give you, this one only gave me 4 or 5 pages of a preview. Some of them I've seen, honestly, with 10 or 15 pages of preview. So again, that's books.google.com, a really good way to look up some of those additional books. Here are some words to know. It's going to be talking about decision, responsible, and respect. Day 1 should take about 30 minutes. And just some of the materials that you need. A Studies Weekly Journal is simply just a little notebook that they can create their Studies Weekly Journal. A learning objective, lesson suggestions, and then you've got, it actually gives you some differentiated instruction here, and it'll tell you the level of the differentiated instruction. So, and here's some more for that differentiated instruction. Down below the lesson plan, I've got additional worksheets. So here's one on being responsible. So there are many ways to be responsible. What responsibilities does a dog owner have? What responsibilities does a student have? So read each responsibility, then cut and paste them into the correct box so they can actually go and this is why it's so wonderful to have a consumable product like Studies Weekly. You're encouraged to have your kids cut these up, highlight, write all over them, because they can actually cut out pictures and put them right here, right onto their worksheets. Let's see, here's another one. I'm responsible at home. Draw 2 pictures of how you were responsible at home. Here's a weekly assessment. And again, the weekly assessment comes in 2 forms. This is the printable form, so it's just a PDF. I can print that out, or come all the way here to the top, click on this Edit Test button, and here is, where did it go? Sometimes in the demo version, things are a little bit tricky in the demo version, so I'll have to find one in a different one though. So I'll get back to that later because the demo version sometimes does some weird things. But the other thing I want to show you is down here in this, you've got additional resources for this publication. There you can view those standards correlations again. I've got access to virtual field trips. So if I click on this, there's about 30 or so little videos that you can take them to anywhere in the country that we have. And we're adding a whole lot more, but right now we've only got about 30 or so. For example, if you wanted to take them to Dinosaur Valley, or if you wanted to take them to the Rosa Parks Museum, for example, just click on that and it'll bring up a quick little virtual field trip. Most of these are going to be anywhere from 3 to 4 or 5 minutes long. I think, you know what, I just realized I think my internet connection is giving me some issues here, so I apologize about that. I'll just go back here. And then down towards the bottom, we've got leveled readers. Now our leveled readers, we've got K through 2, English and Spanish. And here's an example of that. So second grade, you've got on, above, and approaching. We are working on the other grades, 3 through 5. We don't have those done yet. It probably will be another year or so. But for now, we do have K through 2. But we give this access to all the teachers, whether you're a K through 2 teacher or a 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th teacher, you can all access these. So you would simply just click download. This one was approaching. And so it's downloading a PDF right there. I can click on that, and there's my leveled reader. And you can see you could just print this out, kind of fold it over on the spine. It's a black line, but it gives them the opportunity to write on it. There's a little glossary and where they can put their name and stuff. So those are accessible to all. Let's see here. You can search for any of our video content up here. This is an incredible thing. So if you were to come up and search up like Civil War, for example, just do a search on that. What it does is first it searches up by article, then by media. It'll show you the different media that are available. Or you want to just break that down just by videos. There's a video on Harriet Tubman, the Battle of Gettysburg. Or if you want to just listen to some audio, or just see just the images that are going to be related to the Civil War. We've got 45 different images. So it really makes it nice, especially for the videos. They're not like YouTube videos where you have to be worried about ads that are going to pop up at the end. These are all very safe videos. So anyways, this was just a quick little overview. I hope this helps you guys get in there and play around. Please email me if you do have any questions, because I really want to make sure that this goes well for you. I'd love to help out in any way that I can. But hopefully this has been helpful. So talk to you later.